Happening in West Asia. Overnight, the West Asian region witnessed high drama as Iran launched missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar, followed by President Trump announcing a ceasefire between the two countries. Now, Iran fired up to 19 ballistic missiles at the U.S. Al Udeid air base in Qatar. This was, remember, Iran's retaliation for the American strikes on its nuclear facilities. However, almost all of the missiles were intercepted by U.S. and Qatari defense systems. No casualties have been reported, extremely important. But what is raising eyebrows, ladies and gentlemen, is that Iran had apparently given advance notice of these strikes to Qatar. Qatar condemned the attack as a violation of its sovereignty, but acknowledged that the warning helped minimize the risk. Now, remember, this is, what has been happening in the past few hours. We have been getting you more about the ceasefire that the U.S. President has claimed. What Donald Trump said is there is complete and total ceasefire, and that was, America, the American president, quick enough to declare a ceasefire. Iran, meanwhile, has denied it, saying as of now, there is no ceasefire that has taken effect. Extremely important, the kind of contrasting claims that are coming out of US and Iran. Another thing that Donald Trump said was the war is to be considered as over forever between Israel and Iran. But is that going to happen? Well, Iran has said no cessation of military operations has happened. So really contradictory claims still coming out, even as Donald Trump once again claims to have, ceased a war. And he's also said that the 12-day war has ended, while Iran has said Israel must stop illegal aggression. So Iran, remember, continues to deny what Donald Trump has been claiming as far as the ceasefire is concerned. Also saying both simultaneously said peace. This is what the U.S. President said. In fact, he said they both came to me and they said we want peace. While Iran has said there is no intention to continue post 4 a.m. This is, remember, after the agreement that was made. But no official ceasefire has been announced from the Iranian side yet. He's also said both sides will see love and peace, while Iran has said final decision to be taken later. So while Donald Trump has been quick enough to take credit and claim that he is the one who's been the peacemaker between Israel and Iran, Iran continues to deny his claims. Meanwhile, the breaking news that is coming in at the moment, viewers, is that the U.S. President has posted saying the ceasefire is now in effect. Please do not violate it. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. So he's posted it. In fact, attributing the entire quote to himself from his own handle, saying, please do not violate the ceasefire because it is in effect now. But is anybody listening to the President of the United States? We'll have to wait and watch. The next few hours will be crucial to understand whether the two sides are listening to Donald Trump. Now, remember, after Iran's denial on ceasefire, Trump said ceasefire is now into effect, as we told you, and he's also urged both sides to not violate it. My colleague Rishabh is joining us for more on this. Rishabh, extremely interesting developments that have taken place in the last few hours, whether it is Iran's retaliatory attacks on American bases in Qatar or Donald Trump, jumping in once again to take credit, even as the Iranian side continues to deny that there is no ceasefire yet. As far as this latest post by Trump is concerned, that the ceasefire is into effect, please do not violate it. The question remains, who's going to be listening to Donald Trump? Will either side listen to Donald Trump?
Well, sure, if we talk about what is happening in West Asia, in last 48 hours, if we go by the posts that have come in on social media platform Truth by Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, from saying that, we will stop Iran from nuclear capabilities, to regime change using the word MEGA, to bombing the 3 nuclear sites of Iran, to asking for peace, then saying that there is a ceasefire, and now saying that ceasefire is in effect, do not violate it. A lot has happened in last 48 to 50 hours. Now that Donald Trump has said that things are, the ceasefire is in effect, it would be interesting to see how things unfold from here. Since the time that a ceasefire has been negotiated on was informed by Donald Trump on his social media platform Truth, there have been at least half a dozen of barrage of missiles that have been fired from Tehran, Tel Aviv. 3 people in Tel Aviv has lost their lives as well. Since morning, our colleague Priyank has been bringing us those reports from Tel Aviv and whole of Israel. But having said that, now that Donald Trump has announced that ceasefire is in effect, it will be interesting next 2 to 3 hours to see whether Tel Aviv and Tehran adhere to it or not. Remember last month when Donald Trump said that a ceasefire has been negotiated between India and Pakistan, 15 minutes later Pakistan opened fire on India, and India had to retaliate to that as well. So it would be interesting to see how things unfold in coming 3 to 4 hours. If ceasefire persists, then it is something that is definitely applaudable. But if that doesn't, then that leaves Washington with very low credibility.
Absolutely, Rishabh. I'll keep coming back to you. Let's also tell our viewers how security analysts are calling these strikes a carefully choreographed